New this morning on Daybreak, the pandemic has, of course, shifted how a lot of us work, and that's especially true for first responders.
So for EMS Week, we want to highlight some of the challenges as well as the triumphs that paramedics have experienced. KIMT News 3's Madeleine Watkins joins us live now to break them down for us. Good morning, Madeleine.
Good morning, Brooke and Tyler. Frontline heroes continue to put in the work and dedication every single day to save lives. Now it's our turn to give back to them. So if we think back to a year ago when a lot of us didn't know much about COVID-19, paramedics took every precaution they could when responding to calls. Fast forward to today, there's a sense of relief as we're on the tail end of the pandemic. But it doesn't come without its challenges, of course. Don Hauge with the Southeast Minnesota EMS program tells me because a lot of EMS personnel are volunteers, a lot of them also weren't able to stay on the force over the past year. He explained to the harsh reality of what this could mean for the future.
If we don't continue to get people into those volunteer positions, those ambulance services could go away. And so EMS is a time to recognize those volunteers, paid professionals as well, and just thank them for all the service that they've done and realize how important they are to your community before they're gone.
So I know that it's not anymore, but just about an hour ago, right here in downtown Rochester, the Plumber building, which is right up there in the distance in downtown Rochester, was lit up in blue to honor and say thank you to all of the paramedics working across the nation. So if you see a first responder, just make sure you say thank you to them. Live in Rochester, Madeleine Watkins, KIMT News 3.
Madeleine, thank you very much. Now, President Biden has actually issued an official proclamation recognizing this week as EMS Week to honor all their hard work, dedication, and service to the community.
A new Iowa law is banning cities and counties from enacting their own mask requirements. Yesterday, right here on Daybreak, we told you Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds signed legislation to put the ban into action. So here's what it means. Schools cannot require students or staff to wear masks while on school property. Counties can't make any rules stricter than the ones that the state has already has in place for private businesses. And Mason City Administrator Aaron Burnett says he's disappointed that local control was taken away by the governor's action. He is urging people to keep wearing masks on their own.
That's really the approach we have to take right now, is just recommendations. And it takes a more important role now that we are seeing less and less mask usage. It's now more important than ever either to get vaccinated or to be more diligent with your mask usage.
He says he hasn't heard of any legal challenges to that law yet. Making any changes could be difficult. That's because the Iowa Attorney General has already ruled on the issue.
The state of Minnesota is partnering with its professional sports teams to help their fans get COVID-19 vaccines. The Minnesota Wild, Twins, Lynx, and United are all taking part in the Roll Up Your Sleeves Minnesota Fans campaign. The teams are partnering with healthcare providers to offer vaccines at the games listed right here on your screen. Health insurance and identification are not required.
Rochester could soon be the home of a hub intersection for all things business. Mayor Kim Norton took part in the Mayor's Institute this week with other mayors all across the country. After hearing some ideas of how to broaden the career opportunities in the Med City, she's looking to partner with community members to create a common place for anyone who might be looking for a new job. Mayor Norton says Rochester is a diverse city and the workforce needs to reflect that.
We have to have a trained workforce in carpentry and metalworking and welding and building and construction. And we need to provide training for people to do that. And we need to make sure that our businesses provide an environment that's conducive to drawing those employees in. And so that's really what this is focused on. And it's exciting.
Mayor Norton says the next steps are finding those partnerships and then looking for grant opportunities to make it all happen.
More witnesses take the stand in the trial of Christian Bahena Rivera. That's the man accused of killing University of Iowa student Molly Tibbetts. Thursday's testimony focused on the search for Tibbetts, who of course disappeared in Brooklyn, Iowa in July of 2018. A Poweshiek County deputy said surveillance video placed Bahena Rivera's car in the area where Tibbetts was running. He described his first encounter with Bahena Rivera nearly a month after Molly's disappearance.
I saw a black Chevy Malibu with chrome mirror covers at the stop sign at the westbound off ramp, and it caught my eye, and I drove past it, and then I pulled over on the shoulder to see where it was going to go because I wanted to identify that vehicle and driver.
He says authorities didn't find a murder weapon after the discovery of Tibbetts' body. No physical evidence associated with other people of interest was found at the scene.
The average daily number of new COVID-19 cases in the U.S. is down to its lowest in nearly a year. The vaccination rates are slowing. We'll tell you how some states are enticing people to get theirs.
And a warning about pools from the CDC as many start to open for the summer, about the risks of waterborne illnesses.
You're watching KIMT News 3 Daybreak, live from our Rochester studio. News with Tyler Yutzka and Brooke McKibbergan. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sean McAday, who has your accurate local forecast every 10 minutes. This is KIMT News 3, local news from your community. We are coverage you can count on.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It's 6:40, yet another rainy morning.
Let's get over to KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sean McAday, who's been tracking it for us, and we have several more days of rain chances. Right, Sean?
Yeah, so tomorrow a bit of a break, but then after that we get some more chances. And today, yeah, we've already had and seen plenty of rain earlier this morning, and there's still some more chances to go for later today. 65 degrees right now in Rochester, dew point at 64. I'm pointing out the dew point because that shows you there's not much room left for any more moisture in the air. Once that dew point hits 65 degrees, the air is full. It's fully saturated. It can't hold any more water. So as we have these winds out of the south around southeast today, up to 15, 20 miles per hour, blowing in more moisture, trying to continue to saturate that air, it's not going to be able to do so because it's full, so it has to rain on out. That's what we've been seeing overnight with the scattered showers we saw blow through. Some of those were really intense, rained pretty good in some spots. Right now, at this very moment, where the rain is, Howard County, Fillmore County, Highway 52, Highway 63 in some spots, towards Winona County if you're going towards the Mississippi River. Rochester, it's kind of on the clearer side in terms of the rain showers. But then even some light showers towards parts of Charles City, parts of Dodge County. There's some more showers towards Mankato, and there's more showers right now to our south that are going to move in on and out for the rest of these morning hours. For the afternoon part of the day, though, things are a bit different. we finally start to see some sunshine poking through those clouds. That is really going to add some more energy into the equation. So you have the moisture we have right now. We know it's pretty humid outside. You get some energy from that sunshine. You turn that into stronger thunderstorms, and that could be being seen further east today on this eastern half of our area, where there is a marginal risk from the Storm Prediction Center really for this afternoon and during the evening hours. Risks are the isolated tornado, hail, and wind. It is not a high risk, but it's something we have to consider later this evening and afternoon as these start to move on out to our east. Let me show you that here. During these morning hours, scattered showers in and out. It's still cloudy, still gloomy, still humid, but by lunchtime, we're already starting to reach towards around 70 degrees. And watch, you can see the showers starting to move a little bit more east towards later on this afternoon as we get some sunshine in the mix. But that sunshine could also fuel the occasional stronger shower or thunderstorm towards later this afternoon and evening. So we will watch for that marginal severe threat. Overnight, we only dip into the 60s, and tomorrow we get some sunshine. It's a mix of sun and clouds. It's humid. Dew points almost towards 70 degrees. The temperatures are in the mid 80s. There's the isolated chance for a rain shower, but most of us probably don't see much in that department. So Saturday, you can plan on getting outside. Just bring a rain jacket just in case. Check the forecast. Sunday, things are changing. That moisture hose, the moisture train from the Gulf of Mexico, is still flipped on for Sunday, but now it's encountering a wall right here. A stationary front is going to act as the focus for storm development, some of which could be severe Sunday, and that continues into Monday and Tuesday. Marginal risk again for Sunday for our area. Further to our west, there's a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 chance from the Storm Prediction Center. That might move closer to our area for what I do think is going to be Monday and Tuesday. Watch this here. This is the potential storm energy in the atmosphere. Here we are Sunday. There's a little bit across the area where that stationary front would be. Oh, and then it just skipped ahead. Anyway, so then for the rest of Monday and Tuesday, there will be a lot more storms in our area. Here's a look at Monday. Plenty of storm energy in the air to really get things going. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. We're going to be watching that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday chance of storms like a hawk, I'll tell you, over the next couple of days to see how that plays on out. After those storms move through, though, things do get calmer. Wednesday, mid-70s, mostly sunny. Finally, a day without pretty much any rain chances.
Very summer-like and humid weather for us. Right. Thank you very much, Sean.
The average daily number of new COVID-19 cases across the U.S. is down to its lowest in nearly a year.
But vaccination rates have slowed, so some states have created vaccination lotteries to entice people to get the shot. Melissa Rainey has details.
This week, some decidedly good news on the pandemic front. For the first time since the pandemic began, COVID cases were down in all 50 states. That's since changed. 4 states have inched up in the 7-day average of new cases, but it's some much-needed good news.
If you think about this time last year, when we were looking into a pandemic that was getting worse and worse, more cases, more hospitalizations, more deaths, and we didn't really have a way to fight the virus. But now, thankfully, we have not 1, but 3 vaccines that have proven to be highly effective.
But with that bit of good news comes the fact that fewer Americans are getting vaccinated. According to CDC data published Thursday, the average daily pace of coronavirus vaccinations is down nearly 50% from its peak in April. Almost 127 million people are fully vaccinated. That's 38% of the population.
We are in the middle of the worst pandemic in a century. We actually have a ticket out. And the fact that we're fighting these things is incredibly frustrating. Because we're fighting ourselves, we're not just fighting the virus anymore.
In some states, the ticket to getting people vaccinated, cash. New York, Ohio, and Maryland are all offering lottery drawings for people who get the COVID-19 shot.
That's 40 drawings over 40 days for the chance to win $40,000 each day.
Leaders in Ohio say the state is already seeing results with the Vax-A-Million campaign, increasing vaccination rates by 28% since it was announced on May 13th. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
More than 42% of Minnesota's population is fully vaccinated. For Iowa, it's around 41%.
As pools get ready to open for the summer, the CDC is warning that even if a pool is treated, it could still get a lot of people sick. A new study shows more than 200 outbreaks were linked to places like pools and hot tubs from 2015 to 2019. The outbreaks led to more than 3,600 illnesses and 13 deaths. They were all connected to a Legionnaire's disease outbreak, which is a waterborne illness. According to the CDC, you should avoid swallowing water and avoid swimming if you have an upset stomach.
Waseca police officer Eric Mattson receives a huge professional honor, the special recognition and award he'll be getting.
Plus, helping the homeless, the simple ways to give back to those struggling, and a reality check on just how fast homelessness could happen to anyone.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci on vaccine boosters and when you might need them. Plus, the return of America's pastime, what it's like to play big league baseball in front of crowds again. We'll see you at 7.
A missing Rochester woman has been found. Police sent an update late last night saying 30-year-old Megan Atkins had been located and reunited with her family. She hadn't been seen in over a week after leaving a Rochester hotel last Wednesday. Earlier this week, Atkins left a voicemail for an RPD investigator indicating she was okay.
The Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association is naming Eric Mattson Police Officer of the Year. Officer Mattson was shot and seriously injured while responding to a call in January of 2020. He returned home in October after undergoing multiple surgeries and recovering at a Nebraska rehab center. The president of the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association says the award calls out some of the best, brightest, and bravest men and women in law enforcement. Mattson and several other members of the Waseca Police Department will be honored at an awards banquet in November.
A panel of experts shared some simple ways each of us can help people experiencing homelessness in Rochester. The conversation included representatives from the Salvation Army, the Landing, and other organizations. They recommend donating items like water and jeans and signing up to be a volunteer. Randy Nall with the Warming Center says it's also important to have empathy for others.
I think the biggest thing that anyone can really do is just be compassionate and understand that everybody walks a different path in life. And you don't know what somebody's had to go through, and that a lot of times there's so much pain that they're just trying to deal with.
Panelists say it's important to recognize any one of us could experience homelessness after an unforeseen event. It's now 6:51 on this Friday morning.
Let's get you a weather update with KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sean McAday. Sean, still raining in some spots.
Yeah, so we got some rain in some spots. Other spots it's just cloudy, but we're going to see these more in and out showers for the rest of this morning. Then during the afternoon, finally, we get some sun poking through those clouds, especially if you're further west, kind of near I-35. There's a better chance of seeing that sun. But that sun comes at a price. It could start to increase our chances for seeing a stronger thunderstorm. It's going to be isolated. It's not going to be widespread, but there is a small marginal severe risk during the afternoon hours. Right now in Rochester, not much in the way of traffic. We're seeing some light, very light rain falling across the center part of the city. It's almost kind of like just a very mist or a drizzle in some spots. Towards Owatonna, Dodge County, plenty of rain falling right there, and further south from there into Albert Lee towards I-90, almost towards Austin, but not quite Austin. A little bit of some showers going in Floyd County right now this hour. We're going to see more chances for rain in and out today. Tomorrow, it's just only a small chance. It's really, tomorrow's going to be nice, but then we're tracking many more chances Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Still ahead here on Daybreak, we'll go through some of our top stories, including an update on COVID-19 vaccinations in Olmsted County.
But first, here's a look at what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci on vaccine boosters and when you might need them. Plus, the return of America's pastime, what it's like to play big league baseball in front of crowds again. We'll see you at 7. In front of crowds again. We'll see you at 7.
Good morning, it's 6:55. Here's a look at some of the stories we're following.
Health officials from Olmsted County and Mayo Clinic discuss vaccine progress and the community's response. Olmsted County Public Health has started offering clinics for kids ages 12 to 15, and side effects for teens are similar to ones for adults, which tend to be symptoms like headaches, muscle pain, and chills in the first few days after getting vaccinated. 83 new COVID-19 cases were reported last week in Olmsted County. That's the lowest number since September.
A new Iowa law is banning cities and counties from enacting their own mask requirements. It means schools can't require students or staff to wear masks while on school property, and counties can't make any rules stricter than the ones the state already has in place for private businesses. Mason City leaders say making any changes to this law could be difficult because the Iowa Attorney General has already ruled on the issue.
The state of Minnesota is partnering with its professional sports teams to help fans get their COVID-19 vaccine. The Minnesota Wild, Twins, Lynx, and United are all taking part in the Roll Up Your Sleeves Minnesota Fans campaign. The teams are partnering with healthcare providers to offer vaccines at the games listed right here on your screen. Health insurance and identification are not required.
More witnesses take the stand in the trial of Christian Bahena Rivera, the man accused of killing University of Iowa student Molly Tibbetts. Thursday's testimony focused on the search for Tibbetts, who disappeared in Brooklyn, Iowa in July of 2018. A Poweshiek County deputy said surveillance video placed Bahena Rivera's car in the area where Tibbetts was running. He says authorities didn't find a murder weapon after the discovery of Tibbetts' body. No physical evidence associated with other people of interest was ever found at the scene.
It's now 6:56. Let's get you a quick weather update. Tell us about this rain, Sean.
Yeah, so the rain still moving in out of the south. It's still going strong like it has been the past several days. But right now, a little bit less in the area than there was several hours ago this morning. This morning, we had some really strong showers roll through the area. We can expect more of these scattered showers through the rest of the morning hours. And then during the afternoon, we start to see a better chance for some isolated storms as we get some sunshine finally poking through those clouds. High temperatures today probably in the mid to upper 70s, maybe around 2, 3, 4 p.m. And then after that, the weekend, let's talk about that. Tomorrow, finally a bit of a break. 84 degrees with that high temperature, a mix of sun and clouds. There's an isolated chance for something. Sunday, scattered afternoon and evening storms with a severe threat in the cards. Sunday, it's a marginal severe threat, but that could continue into Monday and Tuesday. We'll have to continue to watch that. Then after that, things get cooler. It's mostly sunny that following Wednesday.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you for making us your choice for news.
Join Brooke and Sean for KIMT News 3's Midday. Have a great Friday.